Moharan, Lamed Hey, 35th Torah from the Rebbe Nachman ben Fegen, Nachman ben Simchas, and we're learning Sif Gimel. We did the Aleph and Beis, the first and second Sif part. Now we're holding by the third, and we're getting to something really important. We sort of touched on it in last week's learning, the idea of Chiddush Seichel, renewing your Seichel. And this concept, we touched on it, the Chochmah is Tchaya, the idea that the wisdom gives life to a person, and it's just like we learn out from Brochi Nafshi, the famous Tehillim from David HaMelech. That's 5 different levels of the soul, Nefesh, Ruach, Neshama, Chaya, Yechida, 5 levels of the soul. David HaMelech sings about and then praises Hashem, Brochi Nafshi, it's Hashem. Each one of the Brochi Nafshis connect a different level of the soul. And just like the soul is Zanes HaGuf, Kodesh Baruch is Zanes HaOlam, and we learn out very deep concepts of how Hashem is giving us nourishment and nurture through the neshama, especially our body. So we have to get in touch with our soul. It's an important concept. And the way we renew our intellect, we all need to be versatile and emotionally intelligent in this generation with technology and everything the way it is.
Were you the one who mentioned to me last week about like what we would do without, like, how's the world even exist without Shabbos? Like, how do people not have like mental breakdowns?
Yes, we did discuss this. Very good.
Like it's amazing how, like, no matter how stressful things get,
Shabbos is a time which renews our soul.
To imagine like not having it and have to constantly like.
So Shabbos is a Yom HaNishmasa, it's a day of soul. So it very much connects into this concept. It's like the neshama of the week, and sleeping is the neshama of the day. It's when you get your renewal of soul. He said he's going to talk about this now. We mentioned a little bit last week. Chiddush HaSeichel, the renewal of the intellect, Hainu Chiddush HaNeshama, is the renewal of the soul. He Ayidei Shena. So now you know really what sleep's all about. You know, the world's still trying to figure it out. They like do all these science experiments and they come out with not much, a little bit of weird visions and dreams, but they don't understand what's going on.
It's interesting. I wonder if there's something to, like, you know how they say that, like, it's good to get about 7-8 hours of sleep.
Right.
I wonder if there's something on a spiritual level that it needs that much
That's
time.
man. Yeah, I mean, it would fit, but like I suppose what we were saying before, like the week is 7, so maybe it's connected to that number. 8 is Loshen Shmona is Loshen Neshama. Could be there's different reasons, panemius behind the numbers.
It's also kind of like a gift if you think about it, because like more or less we're kind of going upstairs then.
Right. That's what's happening. That's very good. Because we actually talk about it in Adon Olam, which we say on Shabbos. We hope some people say every day, Shachris and Krishna Ma'alamita. The concept of Adon Olam, that Avkid Ruchi, I deposit my soul with you, Hashem. Veis Yishena, the time of sleep is when Hashem, and then when I wake up, then Hashem gives me a new spirit. It's like the end of Adon Olam. We're seeing how we're getting a chadshus of our nefesh, of our soul, and it's all happening, says Rabbi Nachman, Chiddush HaSeichel, Chiddush HaNeshama, Ayidei Shena, through sleep. Come over the Zohar Kodesh, he's going to explain in Mavua, and it's going to explain more in the Zohar Kodesh, Chadoshim Nebrachim Rabba Manasech. Remember when we said this? It was just the other day. I gave you a nice hint. We don't say it every day. Just the other day we said this upstairs on the roof, making it even easier.
Echa?
Yes. This is in Megillah Eikra. And we had a very good Bakor, and we sat with Rav Shlomo on the roof. It was a very special moment. And this is a famous pasuk from the Megillah Eikra, that Hashem is constantly renewing. Great is your emunah. He's renewing every day the world, and He's great as your emunah in us. He has a great emunah in you, in Ari and Reb David and Baruch and Eli. He's machaya us every day with a new, fresh soul. Ki shemoichin misyagim. So what happens is the mochin get tired, and then through Shena there's a renewal, and everyone knows this. By the end of the day, after davening nights like Reb David, he gets to this time of day. Reb David, is that right? Start getting a bit tired by this time. Yeah, it starts happening. So he's actually good now.
Yeah, it's been amazing. I get up for Hatzos too now. I used to need 7-8 hours of sleep. Now, 4 to 5 is fine.
Wow. So this is going to bring us to another
Once in a while,
concept.
I need to take a 20-minute nap.
Okay, so Rebbe is giving us teaching us a concept that his David Melech gets up for Chatzos. The idea that you learn how to sleep good, meaning you can mesamsem your time of sleep and get the most effective form of sleep. There are such concepts that he can talk about it. Rebbe Chaim said not only did he learn fast, his mind was fast, but he knew how to sleep fast. That's a concept.
You could say also if you're living on Earth, like you would live upstairs,
right?
Then no, you don't really need those 7 or 8 hours
That's true.
anymore.
That's very powerful, because then you're living a soulful life. So your soul's very much present the whole time and just constantly renewing and renewing. That would be like a very, very high level. Look, I've been around tzaddikim who hardly sleep. The Rebbe, or I wasn't by him, but by Simai Zilberberg. There were tzaddikim I was around who hardly ever slept, and they always had so much energy and avoda, and you could see if you buy BORUCH, he has a whole sefer on sleep. It's called A New Light. I mean, it's not the whole sefer is not on sleep, but the panemius of the sefer is explaining the inyan of rotzen, and how even when you sleep, there has to be an inyan of rotzen involved, the will, the power of the will, yearning. That you have to yearn for Hashem even when you're sleeping. It's not just an escape. It's not just about tiredness. It's about a certain wanting to connect, like you're saying, with the soul, even in sleep. And that's what your mind is focused. That's where your rots and your will is always about relationship with Hashem. I need a dodi. I am to my beloved, the dodi li. Rosh Elul. So all the tzaddikim bring down in Chodesh Elul is this time where I come to Hashem, Hashem comes to me. We were just learning yesterday in Chassidus. It's a relationship. It's a risa de la tats, risa de la leila. It's an awakening from below, awakening from above. So the sleep and the awake is that sort of experience of us having this constant relationship with Hashem, and that's all connected. It's all surrounding the avodah of the soul. He brings us another blessing. Yeah, we've mentioned when we were learning yesterday the idea to know to have the seichel to know the difference between things. That's another concept of seichel. Here he's saying that we bless in the morning another bracha. Hashem gives us koyach, gives to the tired strength. This is very important. You begin, initially you're tired, but now, after the sleep, you're renewed, you're fresh, and you have chizuk, you have strength. And that's something which the tzaddikim are always rak chazak limat. It's all about giving chizuk to the people, making a person feel good about themselves, making a person chazak. It's something I feel I've been a bit schwach recently. I definitely thank God I had a schus to be around tzaddikim that gave me a lot of chizuk. I'm feeling a bit tired right now, a bit like not energized. Maybe it's the 2 months without having so much shiurim going on here, and less people, and just different bibulim and nisyonis of these chadoshim. But the good news is, come Elul.
We're almost there.
Elul gives us a renewal. Elul is that time of renewal. Our seichel, Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur, Sukkot. We get his chadshus, we get a renewal, and Elul's giving us that boost. Suddenly the shofar's blowing, we're waking up again. This is a time of year where there's opportunity to renew our avodas Hashem, and whatever feeling of shvachai, weakness we had, we can undo it. So we have to try to tune into that renewal of energy every day, and we bless Hashem even. We even talk about it on Shabbos. Baruch Hanosen Ne'af Koach is a zmiris on Shabbos. Yana Matzah. Hashem's giving us koach. It's a very important zmira. My Rebbe sings every single Shabbos Siddur. I try to sing at least one Shabbos. Shas Hasheina, at the time of sleep, Hamochin Hayu Neshama Bo B'toch Emunah. That at the time of sleep, the Mochin come, and the Neshama, it comes within the Emunah. Chadoshim, this is the pasuk from Maker. Chadoshim or Lebrakim. Yeah, like I said, we said in the Zohar Kodesh that there's a new mochin that come in. So you get a new portion of soul which bring new fresh mochin every day. Every day you get like a deposit, you deposit your soul up there, and then Hashem gives it the time of waking up, He gives you a new portion of soul. So you have to say Shalom Aleichem every day. That's probably why we say Modani, Rabbi Munasecha is connecting into this concept. That Hashem has tremendous emunah to give us a new portion. He thinks we're going to do good with it every day. He believes in us every day. You have to remind yourself every morning when you're saying Modani that Hashem's believing in you, Rabba, great Amunah, abundant Amunah, humongous Amunah, the biggest Amunah there is. He's believing in Ari and David and Eli and Baruch and everyone else that we're going to do our utmost to live up to our shlichus, to have a renewal in our seichel, and we're going to do exactly what we're meant to do each day, the way Hashem wants it, as best we can. And Hashem believes in us to do that. So He keeps giving us another chelik of soul.
And how many days passed by without anything serious happening to you? Thousands and thousands of days you didn't have any car crashes. Thousands of days you didn't have any serious illnesses. Days and days of litigation in court.
How
many days without a broken bone? Thousands and thousands of days. And even if the doctor...
How many minutes? How many seconds?
Even if you're a hypochondriac who likes to give business to physicians, but still in between there were days you didn't go. Most of it sometimes months.
It sounds like Rabbi Akiva.
Rabbi Miller.
Oh, Rabbi Miller.
He just
He's
goes
amazing.
on and on.
Yeah.
He's just
amazing. He was big on the Indian of Koras Tov, Thank You Hashem. They always talk about the Thank You Hashem movement. Where did it come from? People say Rav BORUCH, some people say Rav Victor Miller. It doesn't make a difference. It comes from David HaMelech. Thanking Hashem is a big... Those two big.
Did you hear the story when he was in the hospital and the nurse went up to him and went like this for his dentures?
Wow.
And he looked at him and looked at her and said,
Didn't
like, what?
know.
She goes, your teeth. He goes, my
real.
teeth stay in my mouth. And she goes, how? He goes, because I thank Hashem every day for them.
Wow. Yeah, that's what happened to my dad the other day. I think I told the story. He flew down the stairs, banged up in his head, and afterwards, my mum thought he was gone. And he wasn't. Yeah, I mean, he's fine. They took him to the doctor, and they were asking him, what medication, what this, what that. Nothing, healthy. It was like, you're 82, and they don't see people like that anymore. Because the big pharma's made such an industry of pummeling everyone with medication. It's a rare commodity, find a person. And it might not even be because he's the healthiest. Yeah, I know he has some things, but he doesn't believe in medication. And he's strong. And they were like, it's a miracle, the bang on the head did nothing. You bled, but you didn't do anything.
It's your learning.
The medical doctors will tell you if they don't give somebody a prescription, they don't think you did anything.
Well, not a good doctor.
If they leave without a prescription.
A good doctor, with the best doctors I've ever been to, the ones that don't give any prescription.
Of course.
They're the best.
Of course.
They give you belief that you can get healthy.
Of course.
They give you the right mindset. They give you the encouragement. They give you a little bit of like tender love and care. That's the doctor.
They listen to you and they find out what's the root of what's going on in your life, and by listening to you about your chores with your wife or your money or your kid or your blah 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 blah, you feel better.
I used to have such back issues until I started learning about this whole thing from John Sarno about how it's all some psychosomatic kind of tension and rage.
It's real. I mean, it's real.
And then once I went through that concept and started applying it, I hardly ever get back issues about it all. And it comes maybe once in a while when I'm more stressed.
Yeah.
But once I'm out of that time of stress, the medication is not the key. It's the mindset. It's the processing emotions in a real way, facing stuff. Look, it's not easy. In some ways, it's easier to take medication and face your emotions. To actually face what the issues is actually more painful in some ways. But the hotzah, what comes out of it, Gedalia said a good line the other day. Gedalia Fenster, pain is the greatest teacher. It's a very good line. People are trying to avoid pain. No, pain is something. You can be a little bit David Goggins style, like you're looking forward to get a bit of pain. Or maybe you don't have to be so crazy, like a masochist or something. But when you do get it, you can be like, this is cleaning me off. Thank you, Hashem. It's not easy, but this is a level that. But the concept of sleep, which you could think is such a waste of time, so many hours every day. If only I could sleep less. But if you understand, you're getting a renewal of Mocharan. And really, this whole concept of Rosh Hashanah, what's Rosh Hashanah? One of the concepts of Rosh Hashanah is Moach, Memches. It's a day of fresh Mocharan, new Mocharan Chadashim. Chadashim, it says here, Chadashim, the Brachim, Rabbu Menasecha, comes Rosh Hashanah from all the way from Tisha B'Av. It's 7 weeks later. 7 Shabbos of Nachman to Parshas Re'eh is the third one already, where we're at now. And we're getting to that point. By the way, who was the third of the Ishbiz in Yaakov? What was his koch? He didn't let Shana go to his eyes. He didn't let sleep come upon him. What was he doing? What was his avoda? Bringing up his family. Sal Gerubonim, looking after his mishpacha. looking after his wife, his kids. How could he go to sleep? Yeah, I'll be honest, it's very hard to sleep for me. Not just with my son in Gaza. He's now even back from Gaza, and it's still hard for him. He just came back yesterday. One, because of all the images I just saw on the DJI. I have a bunch here. It's crazy. The videos, they're crazy. I was showing some of the people in the office, like one of his boys launching a missile at this house. Well, I mean, not this house, this school. And then another, just watching the war going on, still going on now. Watching him deal with terrorists, watching him capture terrorists, watching him, the maneuvers, excuse me.
You heard, obviously, that they got a hostage back today.
Yeah. I heard that. A Bedouin.
Yeah.
Baruch Hashem. But the idea that we have this ability.
Bedouin?
Yeah.
Baruch Hashem. But the idea that we have
11 children.
But the idea that we have this Rosh Hashanah, this day.
They got him out, or he got out on his own?
No, they got him out, they said.
Yeah, this day of Mochin, this day of Mem Cheshas, 48 hours to get new mind, a new mindset, the Rosh of the year. This is a day where in Halacha it brings, you should try not to sleep in, and you should try not to sleep in the day if you can. So a day, like we have Shavuot, stay up at night, the Rosh Hashanah is an Indian, the Yom Adin, not to like waste it with sleeping.
Which is interesting. It could be kind of the same thing that I just said before.
Yeah.
Like, because like there's no need for it.
Because it's such
like,
a day of mayach,
just
of soul.
Just do your work.
It's pure mayach. You're already getting a renewal. Yeah, that's it. That's probably pshat.
Yeah.
You don't need the sleep. You know what you need sleep for? You're not getting. It's not because it's an aveira like some Yuridic thing. It's because the mitzias of the day. This is very good what you're saying. The reality of the day is that it's a day of mochin. So you don't need to go to sleep to get new mochin. You're already in a day of mochin. That's a very good pshat. You help me understand that. So that's Rosh Hashanah. Yom Rosh Hashanah is a time where we have slicha. You could be a bit more tired before and after Rosh Hashanah, but the idea is Rosh Hashanah itself is a day of geschmack, of simcha yom tov, and tefillah and shofar, and it's a geschmack day. It's a day of waking up. So waking up for the whole year. So if you're doing geschluf the year, we don't want to have a geschluf in the year. We want to have a year of frischkeit, of freshness, of awakeness, and that's the avodah we try to work on this time of year. So there's Hashem. So we're getting chizuk from Rabbi Nachman. His big day was Rosh Hashanah. He gave a big haftacha that anyone who comes to him by Uman. Hashem, I've had about 5-6 years I was there, maybe more. I don't remember all the amount of times I went. Baruch Hashem, my 2 sons are going this year, but hopefully no cancellations. My oldest son would love to go. Baruch YITZCHAK, he would dance his way there, but he's not so he's going to be doing other about it. He was telling me like he's feeling a bit chalishus, like he's not able to put tefillin on as long as he'll do avodah as much as he wants in Shabbos as well. Shabbos when they killed a terrorist. This Shabbos he was killing a terrorist. Yeah, and also capturing a terrorist. This Shabbos, yeah. So that's what he was doing on Shabbos Kodesh. And I was telling him, this is Kodesh Kadoshim. This is Pekach Nefesh. It's Darcha Alas. You can push off everything, and this is the avodah of being awake. He told me that night when they were after the terrorists, and they hadn't slept, so they were like all buzzing. That you can see on the video, because there's a few versions. I got a drone video he showed me. We see them taking out, see the terrorists, and you see them coming and shooting them, and then another view was on his camera, and you see the whole maneuvers to get there in a safe way, and then take him out, and it's pretty intense. But that was all after a night of not sleeping, so they were all like buzzing, it's like a different kind of adrenaline going on. So sometimes there's certain situations where you have to go beyond yourself, like when you have a baby, or there's certain things that come up in life where you can't get that nice fixed amount of sleep. But then Hashem will shine on you new mochin anyway, because Hashem, in the end, it's all from Hashem. You ask Hashem for the mochin, and there's no like fixed system when it comes to tefillah. You can ask Hashem for everything and anything at any time. And that's the beauty of tefillah. It's an open connection. That's melech b'soda, the king's in the field. Elul teaches us one of the most important klalim of Chassidus. We were just learning it from the Rebbe yesterday, who was a dogma of this. The melech's b'soda, the melech's available. You can go and talk to him. You can go and get what you need. It's not like a far-off relationship. Don't feel distant from Hashem, especially during this time of year. It's a time of Yitzchak, of Rabbi Deravin. It's a time of will. It's a time of connection. And this is the time for us to really chazik in that connection and on mispalo. Mispalo on Shalom Bayis, mispalo on Hinach, mispalo on Panasa, and mispalo on Am Yisrael, mispalo for the Shechina, mispalo for the Beis HaMikdash. Like seriously, real tefillahs, like real pouring out your heart Who wants this war to continue? Who wants the pain in the world, the craziness? We have to really scream to Hashem. Hashem's pushing us all against the fence. We have to. He wants us to feel this. He wants us to scream. This is Rebbe Nachman saying you get soft. You turn the tiredness into chizuk. We have to turn it around. The feeling of oldness into freshness. And we have to mechadish. We have to mechadish, and renew ourselves. It's a very important klal. And remember one more concept we mentioned before many times. I think Rebbe Nachman's Yom Haledet was on Rosh Chodesh Nisan, so he is the epitome of his chadshus, his essence, his Chodesh Zerachem, Rosh Chodeshim. He's all about renewal, his essence, and he taught that to Klal Yisrael more than probably any other tzaddikim. And it's very much connected to Spodidus. Spodidus cleans you up every day, talking to Hashem. Simcha was Reb Nachman ben Simcha. Simcha is all about renewal. Comes together with constant renewing yourself. And he spoke about mikveh. Mikveh is renewal, renewing your avodah. Chatzos, midnight prayer. There's a time where the world is cleansed and fresh, and a new time of mercy, time of renewal. This is all Rebbe Nachman's, all this whole thing. Rosh Hashanah Simcha, you know that? What's Simcha? Rosh Hashanah Shulchan Aruch. You have to keep halacha. From the first halacha of Moda Ani all the way to the last halacha. You have to keep all the Shulchan Aruch. The second one is mikveh. The third one is chatzos. Third letter, ches. Mem is mikveh, ches is chatzos, and hey is spodidus. So within the name of Simcha, Nachman ben Simcha is the 4 Yesodus of Breslov. Shulchan Aruch, you keep an halacha. You're into mikveh, you go renew yourself. Chatzos, tefillahs, midnight prayer, and spodidus. That's one of the reasons they call me the midnight rabbi for years, because I was up all night with the bochum doing that avodah of 8 Tzvatzon, tuning into the Kudas Tovas. We have to mechazik and all these things, remind ourselves the truth of what we're here for. Sometimes life, you get caught up with business and this, that. You have to remind yourself you have a bigger sleepless than just making money and supporting a family. It's much more to us than that. Even though that's a big mitzvah. But it's not everything. We have to remind ourselves that, we have a personal tafkid, a reason we're here. And that's the renewal of our intellect to figure out what that is every day. So we should actually look forward to another day to find out what my shlichus is, what my tafkid is, to enjoy the avodah of the discovery of each day, and not allow the day to become usual, become boring, become stale. It's the renewal. The feelers have to be fresh. It's good. You feeling it? He's feeling it, David. Hashem.
Just hit me how grateful I am to a man about 60 years ago, 55 years ago.
Wow.
I was trying to get into Hebrew Union College to be a Reform rabbi.
Oh, no.
And a psychiatrist, you have to go to a psychiatrist, Murray Tigger, and he said I'm occupationally unstable. And I didn't get in. Thank you.
Thank you for that.